So I'm really happy. I finally got a new microphone so I can record these Q&As, and we are very close to 3,000 subscribers. So without further ado, let's answer some questions. If you could live anywhere on Sodor, where would you live? I've thought about this a lot. Way more than I'd like to admit. I've thought about the idea of living near Great Waterton, or Vicarstown, or even this little town next to Peel Station. But if I had to pick one place, I would pick the Little Western. The Little Western provides that perfect balance between having beautiful countryside and not being too far away from the city. If I want to be in a more busy place, I'll never be too far away from Tidmouth or Arlesborough Harbor. But at the same time, if I want some time in nature, I'll never be too far away from a beautiful coastline with some nice sandy beaches. What is your favorite Gordon episode? Gordon and Spencer. Now I will say this. On one hand, it's nice to see episodes like Down the Mine, where we get to see the kinder, more noble side of Gordon.
Shall we form an alliance? And Ali, what was it?
On the other hand though, it's always fun to watch those episodes where Gordon is pompous and boastful, and completely fucks up beyond belief. Off the rails, famous visitor, a better view for Gordon, Gordon takes a tumble, the list goes on.
No one was hurt.
No one was hurt? Bullshit! If I had to count the number of times that the narrator says, "Luckily no one was hurt," we would be here all day.
The passengers weren't hurt, but they were cross.
Are you sure they weren't hurt?
Luckily, no one was hurt.
Are you sure about that?
Luckily, no one was hurt.
Are you sure about that? Anyway, what I love about Gordon and Spencer is that you get to see both sides of Gordon here. Gordon puts his jealous feelings aside to help Spencer after Spencer breaks down. But of course, once Topham Hatt tells Gordon he's the fastest engine on Sodor, Gordon is like, I know that. And I have to say, Respect for Gordon is another nice episode where we get to see both sides of him on full display. Duck or Oliver? I like Duck, but I'm gonna have to go with Oliver. Did you know your music is great? Why, thank you. What movie or book got you into Harry Potter? I'm one of those die-hard Harry Potter fans who read every book and watched every movie, so I was hooked since the very beginning when I was reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the first time. And yes, us Americans call it Sorcerer's Stone and not Philosopher's Stone, and I have no idea why. What is your favorite Harry Potter book? Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Do you think Misty Island Rescue gets too much hate? No, I think the hate is completely justified. But I will say this. As much as I don't like Misty Island Rescue, I love this line at the end. When Topham says, "I will find another hat, but I will never find another Thomas." What are your top 10 favorite classic series episodes focused on Thomas himself? Thomas and Gordon, Thomas Goes Fishing, Down the Mine, Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree, Thomas Percy and the Mail Train, Thomas and the Special Letter, Paint Pots and Queens, Scaredy Engines, Jet Engine, and 3 Cheers for Thomas. Now there are of course other episodes that feature Thomas that I absolutely love, such as Thomas Percy and the Old Slow Coach, or The Fogman, but I don't know if they necessarily count as episodes that are focused on Thomas. What is your favorite Thomas movie? Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. I'm also going to give an honorable mention to Blue Mountain Mystery and The Adventure Begins. Who is your headcanon celebrity voice for Edward? Graham Norton.
I think it's very good for old people.
What did you think of the 1983 pilot? I loved it. It was surreal seeing the old props and the changes they made in terms of the filming, and I kind of wish they kept the Ali, what was it line? The best way I can describe the way I felt when I saw the pilot for the first time was... Do you remember how we felt when we saw Tit for Tat for the first time? Do you remember how we felt the first time we saw those season 5 reels for the first time? That's basically how this felt. That's how exciting it was. What is your favorite Christopher Awdry book, specifically the ones adapted for the TV series? Now I'll start off by saying this. Chris's best books were the ones that were never adapted for TV, but out of the ones that were adapted, Really Useful Engines was the best one, I think. What episodes from the hit era do you like? Spick and Span, Halloween, Respect for Gordon, Mighty Mac, Thomas and the Statue, Percy and the Oil Painting, Duncan and the Old Mine, Duncan's Bluff, James the Second Best, Hector the Horrid, and Cool Truckings.
What are we doing up here?
What's your favorite item in your Thomas collection? My wooden railway Coldy. What's your favorite spooky story in the fandom? There are a lot of good ones, but my favorite is probably Blue Snowplow's Hawin series. Do you have any specific sets from the model era that you like? There are too many to count, but I will say this. Special Funnel and Toby's Discovery are two of the visually prettiest episodes in the entire series, in my opinion.